Another area to stress it out. No. Okay, so back in the day when I was a personal trainer, one-on-one personal trainer, I used to tell my clients, listen, I don't have you do anything that I don't do myself. So, I'm going to do the same thing about today. I've done CBT on myself. I learned about it about 4 years ago. I've been doing it ever since, and it really, truly has changed my life. So we're going to talk about how to rewire our thoughts. We're going to go through some exercises tonight, and I'm going to give you some practical skills you can take home with you. Change your thoughts, change your life. How many of you guys believe that? Great. Great. So a few facts. Let me just get a little focus mode here. There we go. So cognitive behavior therapy, you guys have heard of it? Okay. I've heard of it. So this guy, Dr. Aaron Beck, he started this in the 60s and 70s, and it kills me to even know that, because I was born in 1967, and wow, wouldn't it have been nice if I had learned some of these skills as a kid? But we won't go down that road. So he was known as the father of cognitive behavior therapy, and he, as you can see, he's pretty accomplished. So it's a type of talk therapy that helps you recognize and change unhelpful thinking patterns, which improves your life. And then it's evidence-based, so that means that studies prove that it works. And I can say personally, it's worked in my life. And I know it's textbook as well, but I definitely have seen the difference. So to learn about CBT, you've got to understand the cognitive triangle and how our thoughts affect our feelings and our actions, behaviors. So we get a thought in our head, and it's followed by a feeling. That feeling then goes to a behavior. So I'm going to give you an example. So say my thought was that that my presentation was going to be horrible tonight. I probably would be feeling insecure, and maybe I would have called out sick. So that's the behavior. So now maybe we keep on going. I would go into this spiral maybe, and eventually I get to the core belief of I'm not good enough. We're going to talk about core beliefs. And feeling not good enough, maybe it would have produced some shame, maybe it would have never had me try another presentation ever again. So I want to focus on I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough is a core belief. And we all have one. We have positive ones too, which is good. But many times the negative ones really will inhibit what we do. It's gonna alter our actions, our mood. So the core beliefs, these are the deep underlying ideas we have about ourselves, others, and the world. Often it's formed in childhood or through repeated experiences, and they do feel like facts. You know, I've had so many clients that were told, adult clients that were told when they were kids they weren't smart, they weren't good enough, that they're useless and are not going to amount to anything. It really messes you up when you're told that as a kid. And these are some common core beliefs. So there's different categories. Unlovable, abandonment. We don't have to get too deep into that, but I want you to focus on things like, I'm a failure, I'm a bad person, I don't matter. These are common core beliefs that I'm sure a lot of us feel. I've felt them. So cognitive distortions stem from core beliefs. So I want to bring this together here. So the cognitive distortions are, as you can see, a biased, inaccurate way of thinking that reinforces negative thoughts and emotions. So these are kind of like irrational beliefs. So for example, if you feel like your core belief is I'm unlovable, maybe you would do something like mind reading. So mind reading is a cognitive distortion. She didn't smile at me in the hallway. She must be mad at me. And then we go into a whole story in our heads. What did I say? Oh my gosh, she didn't text me back. So I'm going to teach you how to catch those thoughts, because those are the thoughts that they're just not good for us. They make us sad, they bring on negative feelings. So once you learn to recognize them, it's so easy to say, nope, that was an unhelpful thinking pattern. So I like to interchange the unhelpful thinking pattern with cognitive distortions. Maybe it's personalization. Oh, my friend seemed quiet today. It must be because of something I did. So blaming yourself for things that may not be your responsibility. These are all the common cognitive distortions, and I want to give the sheet out for you guys because I want this on everyone's refrigerator, because you're going to catch yourself. And you know, we all do them. It's just not something we all talk about at cocktail parties. So I'm giving you the down and dirty CBT lesson. Maybe I'm saving you a bunch of cocaines. And we're going to go through an exercise so you can look at your notebook too. This is one that I do all the time. I would catastrophize about what could possibly happen. All or nothing thinking. If I don't work out for a full hour, it doesn't count. No, that's not true. I will say that for a fact in this gym. That's also called black and white thinking. I like to use the analogy of traffic signs in our minds. So picture our minds as a bunch of roads with no rules. And our minds can just go to any thought we want. We're not in control of them. It's like havoc up there. Or we can add some stop signs, some yield signs, and just some rules for ourselves, and that's what CBT does. It helps you to recognize that thought, and then because it's a habit. We're not always going to recognize it. It's just ingrained in us. But when we label it, we have that saying, we therapists, it's called name it to tame it. So we have to really name it in order to get control of it. So naming it and saying, no, that was all or nothing thinking. I'm not going to think like that. I don't have any evidence that this is really real. And this is the exercise we're going to do. So, and these lines may be off. I just kind of like, I have to drag lines around and try to look even. You could do this anywhere, on a napkin, on a post-it note, anytime you're feeling crappy about any situation. So I'm going to take you through a situation right now. And then you guys are going to do your own private work. You have to share it. Situation is, I texted Linda. She didn't text me back, which has happened a few times, by the way, where she hasn't texted me back. And now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, she's mad at me, and then I'm scrolling through my conversations with her. Say to piss her off, Marty! I think Linda's mad at me. Okay, so my automatic negative thought is, she's mad at me. My feelings could be, what could my feelings be? Like worried? Maybe I'm concerned. Now, is there any evidence that she's mad at me? There really isn't. There's no evidence here. Now, sometimes there's a yes in that column, and we'll talk about that, but right now, let's go with this. My replacement thought is going to be something like, maybe she's busy. Maybe she's on the training floor. And then, suddenly now, this last column is, okay, I feel a little bit more relieved. I feel a little bit more relaxed. So, you guys want to do your own?
Yes.
Great. Marty gave you, and just kind of turn it horizontally, and just real rough, 5 lines, 6 columns. This is at the top, and I want you to think about a situation you recently had. It could be something as simple as someone not texting you back. It could be real simple. Make sure you give your neighbor some privacy. Have them rearrange the corners of the room or something. Does anyone need help?
How much time you have?
We want to wrap up at 8:30, so I'll be like a few more minutes, and then the doctor is coming up. The doctor is in the house. Linda, do you want to share what Linda, Amy, you want to share yours? You don't have to.
Sure, no, this, you don't laugh at this.
Okay.
I had a Google meeting on my calendar this afternoon with my boss and someone else to discuss, something. And as I was working, it was supposed to be for 4 o'clock, and all of a sudden it disappeared off my calendar. So now I'm thinking, oh, did they change the date or something? And then I started to go into this, and they did that. And I could see my boss's calendar, and I could see this other gentleman's calendar, and they were still meeting. So now I'm thinking, maybe they just don't want me in the meeting,
Right.
maybe I shouldn't be, maybe they're gonna talk about something else that they're gonna do, like with my department, and, maybe, like, gee, I wonder what my job is like, say.
Yeah.
So my mind just started, going off, and I got this like horrible feeling in my gut, So I finally texted my boss, I said, hey, did we change the meeting for 4 o'clock? And she's like, no, it's still on the calendar. And the next thing I know, my Google Calendar flickered and everything disappeared. So it's basically a technical glitch. That I just like panicked about
Yeah.
for nothing.
Right.
Restart my computer and everything popped up, including that meeting for that time.
So which one of the cognitive distortions on the sheet I gave out
Oh my God.
fits into that category?
Well, going to the, chat advisor.
It could be, and it could be a few, it could be
Yep.
a few different ones too, like
Yeah,
personalization.
jumping to conclusions.
Okay, yeah, jumping to conclusions, right.
Yep.
Thank you, Linda. Anybody else want to share?
Sure. So, I recently had somebody, a friend of mine get married. I was not able to attend because and the evidence is, there was evidence because I wasn't here in New Jersey, so I couldn't attend. And she sent me a text after and said, I won't be coming to get my hair done over the summer. I'll reach out to you in September. So I went right to, she's mad I didn't go to the wedding.
Yeah.
But then I changed my feelings and my thoughts and said, you know what? She spends a lot of money, maybe she doesn't have the money now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend a really long
Great.
time. And I'm just gonna let it go. I sent her a text back and said, hey, hope to see you before September, just to say hi.
Right.
Haven't heard from her, but I'm not gonna bother.
Right. So that was great that you did that and you didn't dwell on it, and, you didn't stay there. Anybody else? Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this with you. This is very much, I think, a teacher thing, right, Robin? Because I think I saw this at Franklin School, not Franklin, no, the middle school, Roosevelt, on the wall, and ever since then, I love it. I love it. Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become habit. Watch your habits, they become character. Watch your character, they become your destiny. So, and that includes like thoughts about, ourselves and others. There's a great book that Marty and I wrote called Before Readings. That's another day. By the way, this is an excellent website just to gather information on anxiety, depression, there's worksheets, that's where this is from. And it's free, there's also a paid version, but there's a lot of stuff for free on that. And there's my contact information, if anybody wants to text or email me, please, feel free. Thank you very much for coming. By the way, that I wasn't able to add, did that link work?
It's loading.
Okay, maybe I was too far away from your link, because I want to do that sugar thing.
Oh, great.
Do I really?
Okay, I'll send it to you.
All right, I'll do it.